Welcome to the Worst Takes of the Week. I'm your host, Sjoerd van Burken. I have certifications in physical therapy, personal training, as well as acceptance and commitment therapy. We're going to be looking at some misinformation as well as some poor advice. This is meant to be used for entertainment and educational purposes only, and not a substitute for medical advice. I hope you enjoy.
When you're like working outside all day long, a cold plunge will refresh you.
It will refresh you, but man, aside from that, I mean, the benefits that I get from it, I talk to people all the time, like, what's the main reason you do a cold plunge? Because it makes me a better dad and a better husband.
Well, it makes you feel amazing.
It does, and that because of that, like, right, the selfish reason, I feel amazing. But you take it one step further, and what does that do to the people around me? If I feel amazing, I'm a better husband, I'm a better boss, I'm a better father. All those things that come in, that come with that is incredible.
This is one of those things where I know.
It makes me a better dad and a better husband. Look, I'm not saying cold plunges are bad for you. Cold plunges are great, I think. As Jujimufu said, it's good for a refreshment. It has certain health benefits to it. But saying things like, it makes me a better dad, it makes me a better husband, that's just so fucking silly. Like, come on. Some people take these trends, like cold plunges, hot saunas, way too far. Like, you're gonna get some superpowers from it. No, they might make you a little bit more resilient, might have some cardiovascular benefits, but it's nothing crazy. Taking it so far as to say, it's gonna make me a better husband, better dad, it's just so stupid. It's just so silly. So one of the arguments made in favor of cold plunges being good for your cardiovascular health is due to the vasoconstriction and vasodilation functioning of your veins, arteries. The argument is that if you're always in the same environment, same temperature, you're never challenging these functions anymore. Just like if you were to sit all day, your body will start to triage things, right? It starts to remove functions that it thinks it doesn't find useful. And the argument for cold plunges being like very beneficial for cardiovascular health is because it might improve the vasodilation as well as the vasoconstriction functioning of your arteries and veins.
Dunkin', and you would expect a little bit of sugar in this large frozen pumpkin coffee, right? Like a packet or two.
Yeah, because whenever I order an extra large frozen coffee from a donut shop with whipped cream, I'm really expecting them to hold back on the sugar.
No, there's 41 packets worth of corn syrup and cane sugar in here, my friends. 1,000 calories in my coffee.
That's actually less than I expected for a shack-sized milkshake from a donut shop.
162 carbs.
So I don't know what the relation is between these two content creators, but honestly, the visual representation and the advice the guy is giving to not drink a 1,000 calorie milkshake is good advice, right? People don't argue that you're gonna die instantly from having a milkshake like this, but people argue what the effect is on your daily routine. This 1,000 calorie milkshake, unless you're like an athlete and go through a lot of these calories on a day, will in the long term affect your health, will in the long term make you fat, will in the long term have diminishing results on your health. Not because it's the worst thing in the world, but because it has low nutritional value, it doesn't fill you up, it's basically empty calories, and you could be eating or drinking anything else that is probably better for you. Defending a 1,000 calorie drink is so fucking goofy. I don't know why this guy is doing that. I don't know what the relation is between them. I don't know if one of them is known for a lot of misinformation, but it is good advice to give to not drink a 1,000 calorie milkshake. That is some American stuff. I don't know what's going on. Just don't do that.
This is what happens when you supplement electrolytes during a workout. A new study was just released on triathletes where one group was given sodium throughout a half Ironman and the other group was just given a placebo, and these were the results. The athletes that received the sodium finished on average 26 minutes faster than those that didn't get the sodium. A study like this just continues to support...
Man, I hate it when they use scientific evidence as a way to overhype, oversell something that is probably not as beneficial to the average athlete, average person, average anyone, but they make it out to seem like such a wonder product. It's just so silly. The study that he's referencing, that electrolytes will make you run 26 minutes faster on a fucking half Ironman. These athletes are the top of the top. It's insane. Electrolytes are good for you. are valuable to you, but most people don't need to supplement them, especially if you're working out in a closed environment where temperatures are controlled. If you're not doing intense exercise, intense cardio for like more than an hour, you don't need to supplement extra electrolytes. And it's not going to have a detrimental impact on your performance. It's not good to use scientific evidence based on a niche half Ironman runners and then give that advice to general athletes. This is stupid. It is selling electrolytes as if they're some superpower. They are not. They can help if you're in very hot climates, sweating a lot, doing intense exercise for long periods at a time, let's say an hour plus. Then you can think of supplementing electrolytes. Don't waste your money on it. If you're working out in the gym, if you don't work out that intense, if you're living in a cold climate area, this is not worth your money. Stop believing these superpowers, okay? Even the study that he's citing says it's only useful for long, hot events, right? And this guy is making advice for athletes in general. No, stop it. That's silly.
You lose a ton of electrolytes and minerals from sweat, and those need to be...
Yes, we do lose a lot of electrolytes through our sweat. And we also have a lot of electrolytes to be used for sweat. If you have a regular diet, are eating a mix of vegetables, sodium, potassium, etc. in your diet, you're not going to need to supplement electrolytes.
Day. We basically plugged our nose and had to breathe through our mouth in and out of this tube for about 20 minutes. So if I didn't move, like if I didn't do any activity, I would still be burning 4,500 calories a day?
That is correct.
Wow. Learning I had a fast metabolism was the last thing I thought was going to happen today. It is Danny's turn. So according to this thing, I am 50.1% body fat right now, which means I have about 248 pounds of fat on my body. And my goal is...
Yes, you have a fast metabolism, but not for your size and body. Understand that the calories being burned by your body is also based on how heavy you are, how much it needs to work to keep everything sustained. The heavier you are, the more calories you're going to be burning. Now that doesn't mean you have a fast metabolism, right? You would have to compare your metabolism with people around your same size, around your same age, around your same gender, and then you can make a claim as, I have a fast metabolism. You can't just base it on the raw number of calories being exerted for you on an average basis. Now, I love that this guy is so involved, so invested in his health journey in trying to lose weight, but it's not good to be so hung up on the scientific side of things. Losing weight is not as complex as people want to make it out to be. It's not as complicated as people make it out to be. Relying too heavy on these scientific statistics, scientific justifications on what you're doing doesn't always help and is honestly not that useful for most people. Like this guy said, his skill weight is not going down, but he says he only eats like 2,000, 2,500 calories, something like that. That means if his skill weight doesn't go down, that apparently he's still eating enough calories for the amount of calories that he's burning. You don't have the secret way to never eat again, to live forever and not lose weight, and your body being like the most efficient machine in the world. If your weight on the scale doesn't go down, it is 99.9% of the time because you are still eating too many calories for the amount of calories that your body is burning. Anyway, I think this is a great positive guy, and I wish him a lot of luck on this health journey. My only advice would be stop relying too much on the science side of things. Stop making health so complex.
Bye.
In general, it is fine video. You can do these exercises if you want, especially if you enjoy them. Now, my problem with the video is, first of all, 5 exercises for your core is absolute overkill. If you're actually challenging yourself every exercise, every set, then 1 or 2 exercises is more than enough. If you're not challenging yourself, then you can do 5 if you like that. But it's definitely not optimal. It's definitely, in my opinion, a waste of time to be doing 5 exercises for your core. Second of all, you cannot target your inner core muscles, especially with these exercises. Yes, you can put more of an emphasis on your inner core or your outer core, but it's a small difference. And on top of that, most exercises are not going to be doing this. It's almost always both the inner core and outer core working together. It's not one or the other. It's never one or the other. You cannot exclude your outer core or your inner core. You can put more emphasis on one or the other. But these exercises are not going to be doing that. Focus on 1 or 2 core exercises that really challenge you. That's more than enough. If you want to do 5 and you enjoy doing 5, then do 5. It's as simple as that.
From dancers and hypermobile or flexible people is a constant tension in the front of the hip with popping and clicking every time they raise it. And since they're already super flexible and mobile, stretching is not the answer. And my newest colleague, Carla, is a former professional ballerina who presents with these exact symptoms, and ever since she got to the clinic, here's what we've been working on. To create an immediate relief in symptoms, I mainly work on 2 major hip flexors, the first one being the psoas major. The top end of this muscle lies right under another back muscle called your quadratus lumborum. And when I get around that quadratus lumborum, I can get right into...
So people still think they can directly affect the psoas major or the quadratus lumborum specifically, right? Because this guy is claiming he can go around the quadratus lumborum and go to the psoas major to massage it directly and have a direct impact on that muscle. That is such outdated advice.
Very useful to work on a muscle called the iliacus, which is another major hip flexor muscle. This muscle lies right on the inside.
Or directly working on the iliacus muscle. Like these notions are super outdated.
Side of the pelvis. So if I get my fingers up and around that edge of the pelvis, I can get right into that muscle. And then it's important to increase her strength, and one main thing we've been working on is closing the gap between her passive range of motion and active range of motion. When I raise her leg, she has access to a lot of range of motion, obviously because she was a former professional dancer, but when she tries to get there all by herself by using her hip flexor, she only gets about half that height. And 3 exercises that we've been focusing on to help close that gap and help her gain some control are these seated leg raises, these standing marches with a heavy weight on the bottom of the foot where she tries to control the hip flexor up into that range of motion, both with her knee directly out in front of her and with her knee out to the side, along with this variation where she goes through a full range of motion in that hip flexor.
So I don't think there's anything wrong with therapists still touching their clients, giving like a massage technique or whatever. But stop justifying it, and let's be honest about why it can have effects on the client and why it can be useful and how we can actually help reduce pain for clients. Because only focusing on the biomedical side of things, where you really put emphasis on the structures like the psoas major or the iliacum, is way too mechanically based. It leaves no room for the psychosocial aspect of things, and it's just outdated. I don't mind touch for the fact that it can improve the therapeutic relation. It can be something the client really wants and has good experiences with. For the neurodynamic stimulus that it gives, the non-threatening stimulus, non-threatening inputs, as well as the general effect of therapeutic touch. But arguing everything from the biomedical side of things, where it's I'm really targeting the psoas major, really targeting the iliacum muscle, that's just silly, it's outdated. It's not going to have drastic effects on the muscle, and people are not going to understand where their pain is coming from. Pain is a subjective, context-dependent experience produced by the brain in response to an actual or perceived threat. It leaves room for 3 components: biological components, psychological components, and social components. Only focusing on the biological components is missing the point of how to treat pain. Stop pretending like we can directly affect the muscles and like directly affecting the muscles will help your pain experience. The exercise is good. I have a problem with the way he represents it and is explaining it. Because, like I said, it doesn't leave room for a psychosocial or biopsychosocial explanation of things. And I feel like it can put dysfunctional illness beliefs in people's minds. If you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to check out some of my other ones. Or check out my website where I provide free resources as well as online one-on-one health coaching.